G'day, this is fans. Nick Batters alongside Cam Gibbens. We're in downtown Tulsa. Cameron Gibbens currently pitching for the Tulsa Drillers. My team, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, are in town, so I thought I'd sit down and catch up with Cam for a little bit. Before we get things started, I messaged you back at the beginning of May. I told you started out in Low A Rancho Cucamonga, and I said, look, you're going to need a couple of promotions by August to be able to get to Double A so that I can see you here, and you made it happen. It's been a whirlwind season for you. Take us through. You started in Low A, now you're in Double A. What's this entire year been like since the ABL season ended?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, I guess you could say. It's you're starting in Low A and moving on to this level. It's just been really, it's amazing. The goal was always, to try and move up as fast as possible, and I had the goal for myself to get here for sure. Obviously, when I was chatting to you, and it kind of just fell into place and things happened, and yeah, I'm here now.
What has been the key to your success? You have one of the best strikeout rates of any minor league pitcher. Your numbers, no matter what level you've been at, have been consistently good. But for you, what's been the key to your success?
I'd say kind of sticking to my strengths. We do a lot of reports and a lot of scouting reports on the hitters that we're facing. But be all and end all, it really is down to how you pitch well. And for me, that's my fastball up in the zone. I get a lot of swings and misses. It's a lot of deceptive movement. So that's kind of been the key so far. Yeah.
You talk about the fastball that's going to light up the radar gun, but where else is your pitch arsenal at right now? Obviously, a fastball is great, but you have to have some off speed to be able to complement it. Where's your pitching arsenal at right now? How has it developed over the course of the season?
Yep. So I mean, I had a fastball, slider, and changeup during the ABL season, and I've kind of got rid of the changeup, just focused on the two pitch mix, and it really has been working for me. So I've kind of stuck to my strengths. The slider, it's come a long way in terms of location and where I want to put it in the zone, movement profile, and keeping that down off my fastball has been really effective. Yeah.
You signed with the Dodgers early into 2020, but pretty much as soon as you got to the United States was when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. How tough was that? What did you do during the shutdown in 2020 to be able to stay in shape? And how important was the ABL season this past year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously coming off that 1 week that I was here, it was a bit shocking. I expected to have a full season under my belt, but didn't work out that way. What I did was I tried to make use of the time. I didn't take it as a break. I worked really hard with the coordinators from the Dodgers, and eventually, I got on the mound. It was with no hitters, but it was me and Cratcher, Chris Burke. We were working really hard together, and yeah, I threw maybe 60 innings in the year, I'm going to say. As a starter, I was eventually going to lead up to having 5-6 innings under my belt, and then with the lockdowns that came, I ended up having to pitch in my backyard for a while, which was fun. And yeah, I threw every 5 days off a mound that I've just made into a net, and I had a strike zone, and that was kind of how hard I worked. And then it led into the ABL season, which was really pivotal for me. For me to have that ABL season was really, really important. Yeah.
We're catching up with Cameron Gibbens here in beautiful downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. Cameron currently playing for the Dodgers Double A affiliate, I beg your pardon. Their Double A affiliate, the Tulsa Drillers. It's been a couple of promotions for you. I mentioned you started in Low A ball, and now you've jumped up to Double A. You have seen all sorts of different parts of the United States, starting in California, then heading up to Michigan, now down in Oklahoma. What's that travel been like? What has it been like being able to see so many parts of the United States?
It's been really cool. I didn't expect myself to have to go to a lot of different cities, but it's just worked out that way. It's been really fun. A lot of bus rides, a lot of plane rides, a lot of lugging bags around America, which has been cool. But it's been a great experience to travel for sure, and play some really good baseball.
There are a few specific moments of the season that I want to pick your brain about. First, you had the chance to face off with Jared Dale, another Melbourne guy earlier this season. That was in Low A ball. What was that like? I know you guys faced each other in spring training, but then in a real game too. Yeah. Kind of cool to face another Australian.
Yeah, it was really cool. We chatted a little bit before the game, a bit of back and forth, and the opportunity kind of presented itself. I luckily came out on top that time round. In spring training, I struck him out, but this time he got the barrel on it a little bit and got a ground out, but yeah, it was fun.
Next moment we can take a look at Spencer Torkelson, one of the top prospects in all of baseball. You made him look silly at the plate when you guys were playing his team, the West Michigan Whitecaps. If remember that far back, take me through that at bat. I believe it was a slider that you got him on.
Yeah, eventually I ended up striking him out on a slider. It was backed up, which was, it was okay. It ended up deceiving him, which was the main thing.
Another really, really special moment. You got to not only pitch in a combined no-hitter, but you got to finish it off. How special was that? Some pitchers don't realize that there's a no-hitter going on when they come into the game, but did you have a clue that was going on? And how special was it to not only be a part of that, but finish off a combined no-hitter as well? That was with when you were with the Great Lakes Loons.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. I actually myself didn't know until maybe the 5th, 6th inning that it was a no-hitter. One of the fans yelled out to the next pitcher that was going in, Jacob Canterbury, don't screw it up. And then I thought to myself, what is he talking about? Looked at the board, I realized there was a no-hitter going, got the call, and okay, well, let's do this thing, I'm ready to go. And the excitement was something that's unmatched. Similar kind of thing to pitching in like a championship game like the ABL.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you got to pitch in that ABL championship game back in the win over Perth Heat in February. But you started this season, we mentioned, low A with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, went from there to high A with the Great Lakes Loons, had success there, and then I mentioned at the end of July, got the bump up to Double A, and that's a big step going from A ball to Double A. How did you find out? What was your reaction to finding out that you got the call up to Double A?
To Double A, it was really cool. So we had the manager in Great Lakes, Austin Chubb, great guy, and that specific day I had pitched in the 8th inning, and it was 2 out in the 8th, and I thought, I'm going to come in for a 4-out save. That's just kind of what I was doing all year. I went into the 8th, threw that one out, and then Ryan Dennick, the pitching coach, shook my hand. He's like, you're done, thanks. And I was a bit confused at first and a bit shocked, like, okay, I can finish this game off. This is kind of what I expect to do, but it goes as it goes, and I went back into the dugout. A lot of people were looking at me funny, like, why are you not out there for the 9th? What's going on? And so at that point, I kind of figured out something was going on, whether it was getting me ready for the next day, something like that. But then we went back into the locker room after the game, and one by one, three guys went into the coach's office to get told that we're getting called up, and they kept coming back out saying, go on Double A, go on Double A, go on Double A. And I was waiting there like, okay, well, I guess maybe it's not me today. And then eventually, I was the last guy called, of course, because they just had to mess with me. And got called into the office with Chubb and Dennick and Drew Nalinger, the other pitching coach as well, and just got told, man, it was really cool experience.
We talked about it. You've been on the West Coast. You spent some time in Arizona in spring training. You've been up north in Michigan, now down south in Oklahoma. You've gotten to see every part of the United States pretty much. What are some things that you've enjoyed that maybe you didn't necessarily expect? Or what do you like about the states that maybe Australia doesn't have?
Yeah, the experience it's baseball related for sure. The fandom is pretty unmatched. Like going to an AFL game in Australia, all the fans are really into the game. They really want every little play to happen. They want everything to be successful. Over here, it's like just like that. Yeah, all the fans they want to talk to you. They want to give you support. They want to, boo you at times as well, which is fun sometimes. And they're really into the game, and it makes it a big experience for sure. Yeah.
Is there anything you miss about back home that you're hoping to be able to do or experience once we head back for the ABL season coming up?
I'm definitely keen to get a Melbourne coffee for sure. I'm a big coffee fiend myself, and I do miss it. That's one of the big things. Maybe a chicken parma and chips. Haven't had that in a while.
I was telling my mom the same thing. I said right now I could go for a chicken parma and hot chips more than anything. We wind down our time chatting with you. There's about 30 games left in this season. A couple of weeks of AAA after the AA season ends. But just looking at it from your perspective, what are your goals for the rest of the season? Where do you want to be at heading into the upcoming ABL season?
At the end of the season, I want to be healthy. I want to make sure that I'm throwing to the best of my ability, to the healthiest of my ability towards the end, and keep on that path. I want to try and improve my numbers, even though it may be tough to improve some of them. But I do want to try and bring it up a level just a little bit, just to show that I can be there, because there's always room to improve. But going to the ABL season, I hope to be able to throw quite a bit of innings this year as well. This past few years I've kind of built up in terms of where I've been position-wise in the bullpen. And that's kind of the main focus, yeah.
Last thing I'll ask before I let you go, there's a lot to be excited about for this upcoming ABL season, but for me, two of the most exciting things are two of the coaches right now. Peter Moylan, the manager, and Graham Lloyd, the pitching coach. Two of the best, if not the two best pitchers to come out of Australia. How excited are you to be able to have those two leading the club?
Oh, really excited, yeah. I've myself haven't been able to get coached by Graham Lloyd just yet. He's one of the biggest names in baseball in Australia. So I've had a few conversations with him, but just getting information and playing off what he knows from a big career, it's going to be amazing to just hear stories, yeah.
Cameron, we really appreciate you sitting down and chatting with us for a little bit here in Tulsa. Best of luck the rest of the season, and we're looking forward to seeing you in Altona here in a few months.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Nick. It's been great to catch up.
Thanks so much.